I've been looking at a mystery in Lumio City for almost 12 years now. A case that's gone sheer cold. Yet it burns in my heart in a way that hydro pump can't even extinguish. I've seen it all, but never anything quite like this. Fallen crocodiles everywhere, the Lumicab taxi service in shambles, and traces of a mysterious Wobbuffet. And I thought all I had going for me was one taxi driver testimonial.
There I was, minding my own business, as I usually do, when I seen a girl and her fabulous Wobbuffet with lipstick. Well, they seemed nice at first, until they robbed me blind. They took everything from me, even my hair. Now I'm bald and broke and sad, just like John Stone and Sheepwave TV.
And this whole time I never realized that who's behind this was right under my nose pass. This used copy of Pokemon X I got in 2024, belonging to Princess, where the only nicknamed Pokemon on the file was Channelle, the Wobbuffet. These two are the greatest thieves and scammers in Lumio City history. What were their motives? What did they do? They've had a lasting impact on the Lumicab service, one that's caused these cab drivers to dream a little too big, and no one ever tried to bother to figure out why. At Lumicab, if you can't pay the fare, you gotta battle the driver, and Princess and Channelle did that hundreds of times. They always rode for free, but they weren't really after the money. They always came back broke on purpose. And here's how I think they reached their real goal. The pinnacle of power for a Pokemon.
Level 100. The pinnacle of power for a Pokemon. Very few Pokemon ever reach this level. This is a series of videos in which I push Pokemon's levels to the absolute limit by raising them to 100 in unconventional ways and environments. Because, more or less, I'm crazy. This is the Level 100 Gauntlet. I hope you enjoy.
Princess didn't always lead a life of crime. Sure, she might have had a little bit of contraband, like a Master Ball illegal shiny Emboar, typically found smuggled in through Wonder Trade, but on the path to being champion, her record was clean. Till May 11th, 2025, day one of this, when she decided to spend all of her money and get in a taxi cab for the first time, with 57 hours on her trainer record and a whole squad of Wobbuffets. Now let's take a little step back and talk about this taxi cab service, Lumicab. Lumio City's a pretty big place. You better learn it before Legend ZA in October. This is one of the biggest, most confusing, most symmetrical places in Pokemon. There are 6 plazas named after colors, except for Centrico Plaza, which is the big one in the center with the Prism Tower. There are also 4 avenues named after each season. In Kalos, we love when the leaves drop in autism. You know, one of the most beautiful phrases in the whole Kalosian language is
Les chevaux sont de retour pour une durée limitée.
Which of course means that there are 9 taxi cabs dotted throughout the city to take you anywhere you need to go, even if you don't know any of the landmarks because the place is so confusing. Base fee is 710 Pokédollars, and you gotta pay a lot more if it's far away. Unless, of course, you're like Princess and Channelle and decide not to pay a penny. In fact, you might even make some money in a Pokemon battle with the taxi driver. All kinds of drivers are there in Lumio City, but all of them use something from the Sandile line. And with this squad of 5 Wobbuffets, we can use Destiny Bond to eventually take them out, even at level 1. They're gonna be sacrificial Wobbuffets, all working for the big boss, Channelle, who is gonna reach level 100. Starting out thanks to that experience share before she gets strong enough to actually take down the crocodiles herself. And you would not believe what Princess and Channelle do next after that. I went into the city to observe them and watch their taxi rides. She goes straight into the Pokemon Center, spends all of her money, and gets right back in another taxi cab again, just to repeat it. I could not believe my eyes sitting up on that balcony. I even saw the Prism Tower up there. This book told me that it was it. They even had the Kalosian language on the roof. But then I realized they could have been grinding experience more efficiently. I disguised myself as a dog walker, and I took Channelle for a little walk. We just went to the city, but now we're in nature. I'm taking Channelle for a nice hike right now. I think she's really enjoying it here. Look at her go. She's kind of partying it up out here.
This is the great outdoors, Channelle. You see that? Oh, Channelle, look at all these pretty flowers. Sniff the flowers. You're such a criminal.
We didn't just stop to sniff the flowers for no reason though. We played with Channelle and Pokemon and me here to raise her affection level, which will give us a little experience boost. We can't raise it too far though, because if we raise it to 5 hearts, she's gonna start dodging attacks, which would be great if we were playing Legend ZA, but in this world we're in right now, if you're a Wobbuffet, you gotta get hit if you wanna get fit. I made further optimizations too, like going to go get the Quick Claw, which will be perfect to give to our Wobbuffet that always faints, that always tries to use Destiny Bond, going to go get the Amulet Coin to make a little extra dough, and getting the Lucky Egg to give to Channelle. Now listen, I'm not actually a dog walker, and you know, Wobbuffet's not even actually a dog. And I know you might be thinking, you're actually helping out with the crime by doing all this, bub. But listen, I was saving these taxi drivers' tookuses by getting Channelle more experience points so less taxi drivers have to be defeated. On day 1, because of how weak the Wobbuffet were, and because it's got the most non-attacking moves, Sandile drivers were our best bet. These drivers are randomly selected every time we get in the taxi cab. There are 5 possible Sandile drivers, 5 Crocorocs, and 1 head honcho Crocodile. They always had to heal after every battle, so Princess and Channelle went to the Route 14 gate, which is right by another taxi cab and the Pokemon Center to dump off all the money. I heard that Princess and Channelle have an accomplice. It's this game right here. Another Pokemon X. How deep does this plot go? There's another trainer in Lumio City right now. Also, what does this mean? Basser? Female? Louisiana? Oh yeah, I did buy it in Louisiana. Naughty Nature. Fairy type Pokemon. Feminine fashion style. We're gonna send a Nice. And we're gonna send an O-Power. Experience Power. Level 3. So now we are super boosted for this. This is gonna be crazy. Oh my gosh, this is Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire foreshadowing. I didn't even realize it, but Channelle's the hard counter to these Crocoroc and Crocodile because of the move Foul Play. This move uses the defender's attack stat instead of the attacker's, and because Wobbuffet has such a low attack stat, even up against a level 55 Crocoroc, Channelle can survive this move and knock a Crocoroc's socks off. Thanks to this Foul Play survival, we don't even have to worry about the big Crocodile, able to take those down with a team of little tiny wimpy Wobbuffets. I think Princess had been planning this out for years before she sold her game. I can't see so well through these tears. I better not drive like this. We made this guy cry. As the Wobbuffet started surviving more moves, Princess and Channelle went on a joyride around the city, frequently going to the Pokeball boutique to stock up on Pokeballs and increase their style points. You get style points every time you ride in a taxi or buy an item from one of the Lumio City shops. There are all kinds of benefits to being stylish in Lumio City, but the most bad manners one is getting a 50% discount on all taxi trips, which is funny because Channelle's always taking the 100% discount every time. Channelle, Channelle! I can't believe that these criminals are doing this. This is so unfair to the taxi cab drivers. Don't do this at home. Multitasking this with trying to hunt some Feebas and watching some peak cinema, Channelle hit level 50 by the end of day 1, which might sound like we're halfway there, but really, that's only 13% of the way to the million EXP she needs to hit level 100.
Day 2. Horses are back for 25 cents.
On day 2, I learned that Channelle actually had a soft spot for the Skiddo and Go-Goat, and actually paid to ride that shuttle around the city. We even saw some in real life.
Oh, they're enjoying a good old fence rub right here. I don't know if the Skiddo and Lumios get to do this.
Then she went to a park, and I was kinda confused. There were no taxis allowed there.
I don't think you could scam any taxi to go downstairs this steep.
So I tried to track her down to try and figure out what exactly she was doing.
Benches are a pretty big thing in the Kalos region. I wonder if Princess and Channelle are here. They are.
Sometimes you just gotta kick back and relax. One of my favorite features in X and Y is just how they decided to make a bunch of benches show these crazy vistas behind you or near you, or change the camera angles because we're in 3D now. They made benches a big deal in this game. Princess, Channelle, and I all really hope that benches make a comeback in Legends ZA somehow. Maybe it'll be the final boss.
I wonder why Channelle and Princess took me here to this shop right now. Excuse me, do you know any reason why, like, Princess and Channelle the Wobbuffet would be here? The Master Thieves?
Oh, I've seen their wanted poster. Those guys are notorious. Well, I guess if they had to be here, I have seen an outbreak of Wobbuffet going around nearby. I'm sure if you look around, you'll find them.
Maybe more accomplices?
Perchance, they're growing their Wobbuffet army.
She's 54 now.
Yeah,
They
look
grow
at
up
that.
so fast.
Aww, so proud of Channelle. I'm looking up Channelle merch.
The Larry on your shirt looks so discombobulated right now.
Wait, look when I raise my arms. You can make his neck disappear.
He's such a scrunched up little man.
When I got home from my little outing, trailing Channelle and Princess all day, I did a little stream, secretly keeping the game on the side because of all the clandestine illegal activities going on with the taxi cab services.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Space Channel 5.
By day 3, Princess was already one of the most stylish trainers in Lumio City, able to buy a Megastone at a discount price. And Channelle was getting way too strong to deal with these Sandials anymore. Her counter was doing nothing. I kinda started to realize that the whole Squad of 5 Wobbuffet experience share strategy was starting to be inefficient. On day 4, it was time for Channelle to start spreading her wings and flying solo. Metaphorically, of course, since she doesn't learn HM2 fly.
Oh, now it's giving me the side eye.
Oh, he knows.
And for giving them the advice, a mysterious girl in Wobbuffet gave me some new lights to put up in my room.
Wow, look at what Princess and Channelle did to the place. I promise this is not actually acquired with stolen money from real taxi cab drivers.
And I uncovered another scam that day, one of the most busted O-Power things in history. So I was sending over the experience point power level 3, and I started soft resetting in front of the cabs if I ever saw a Sandile to make sure that I was only knocking out the Crocorock and Crocodile, right? Then I noticed on the bottom screen, every time I reset the game, I got experience power again, even though the original game was doing jack squat. So if I save and soft reset in front of every taxi driver, I had infinite experience boost power level 3. It was cruising time. And I don't just mean in the taxi. We were gaining so much experience. With over 11,000 experience per crocodile, we were gonna hit 100 in no time. Doing all this criminal surveillance makes me really hungry, so I made a lot of curry. And then I watched as Princess maxed out on quick balls. Absolutely insane. But then they escaped and we had to track them down.
Alright, so right now I'm tracking down Princess and Channelle. We're trying to figure out where exactly they went. They seem to have fled south somewhere, so we're about to try and figure this all out.
Where could they have gone?
I don't know, like, I think we gotta ask Quick Panic.
I think so.
Miho, do you have anything to say? I think she's, oh.
Miho, do you have some insight?
I think she's friends with Princess and Channelle.
Oh my god, they must go like way back.
I don't think she's gonna rat on them for us, though.
She said no.
Ooh.
Oh, she ain't no snitch.
There's a trainer from the Galar region in front of us.
It's Gloria.
Or perhaps it's Victor.
Whoa, wait, Victor Arcane? Wait, if Victor's here and the car's there, then who's driving?
We're trying to find Princess and Channelle here.
Did they not tip? Because that's illegal.
It's not even just tipping. They're not paying for fare. They don't have enough to pay the fare, so they battle the taxi drivers, and they take the taxi drivers' money and spend them on Pokeballs.
That's not fair.
And then they go back on the taxi cab again, and they rob them blind.
They deserve prison time. But as for me, I deserve burger time.
Imagine being surrounded burger.
Surrounded burger.
Imagine being surrounded by burgers and stuff like this, and crying because someone just stole all of your hard-earned taxi driver money.
You can't buy any burger. We followed a lead that led us to an arcade as the way that a lead leads you. But it was a red herring, and in all we got to see there was Miku. So we went back and regrouped at Quick Panic's house.
I think this is one of the taxi drivers right here.
While shiny hunting, we consoled this poor cab driver, for all the money that it had lost to Princess and Channelle.
Yeah, this is my new setup. I actually have like an extra button presser right here. It's really convenient. Like it's automatic. It's like a pendulum, swings back and forth, and it's supposed to press one of these buttons right here. Yeah, it can use any move randomly at any time.
But little did it know, Princess and Channelle were actually here with us this whole time, and I was observing them, and they reached level 99. Just one more to go. I had to save this final level for a special occasion though, so we're gonna take a little break from this. But first, a little detour. Johnstone hosted a Friend Safari weekend on May 23rd, and Princess decided to be part of it, trying to find as many shinies in the Friend Safari as possible during the weekend. Of course, Channelle stayed home so she wouldn't gain any experience and ruin the Gauntlet. And here's what we found.
Shiny Spiritomb! Oh, that's sick, actually.
Out by the pool right now, shiny Nuzleaf. Second of the weekend. Auntie Sherry and friends. It looks like you go in there and your pet has to stand on a wee balance board for them to shave it. I just need them to shave my dog. But no, I gotta go in there and we gotta plug in the Wii Shaver attachment. Using tilt controls and shiny Esper. We gotta get this Esper shaved at Auntie Sherry and Friends Grooming Parlor. This is the Esper when I take it to Aunt Sherry's. Hop on there. That's true, Retro, yeah. Shiny Sandile! Shiny Sandile! Shiny Shandile! This is so topical for the level 100 Gauntlet that I'm doing on this file right now, actually.
You will never believe the shiny that Princess just found. This is absolutely insane.
Honey Dijon Mustard? Well, I'm glad you came around to at least one time. Shiny Absol! Shiny Absol in the Friend Safari! Let's go! That's the target! Honey Dijon Mustard. My favorite Pokemon. That crosses another way of finding Shiny Absol off the list. Look at this guy. He's like... And now I'm about to catch him. I'm about to catch him. Wait! I tapped the bottom screen. I tapped the bottom screen when I put my camera up to it and we ran. No! No! This was not a bit. That was not a bit. Look at this guy. He's like... And that's, I think, one of the stupidest ways I've ever failed a shiny. Now I can say that I've actually accidentally run from a shiny before. Shiny Oddish! H! Oh, cool. Alright, so I heard there was a Friend Safari Oddish found here today. I think this means that I'm a friend of all Oddish. I'm not gonna run from this one, because who would run from a shiny of their favorite Pokemon? I feel like only a moron would run from their favorite shiny of their favorite Pokemon. I'm wondering if there's gonna be some sort of equivalent to alphas. Shiny Nuzleaf! Shiny Nuzleaf! No shinies yet in the Friend Safari out here, but I did find a shiny dog. His name's Kalachi. He literally just sat down, and we're just big chilling right now. There was not any sort of sidekick. Though there could have been, like, Shiny Sneasel, hello. Hi. Hi, Shiny Sneasel. You're not Absol, but you're pretty cool. It is very possible I just didn't make it into the final video. They were probably looking for people with... Shiny Absol's back! Shiny's out! Oh, it's back! It's back! It's back! Yo, thank you for the 1,000 bits, Ardent Walnut. That's the secret horse button. I forgot that 1,000 bits would make it play that. I'm free. The reclaim has happened. I'm naming it Centaur. It's adamant. That's crazy good, actually. Normal Mightyena. Shiny Centaur. Let's go, Princess. This was the last shiny Princess found of the weekend in a very successful detour. But now, we end this in a real taxi ride.
Alright, I'm getting into a taxi right now. We got Channelle's final journey right here. Hey, how's it going today?
Hi.
So, how long you been driving?
30 years.
Dang, that's crazy. So, like, what's your favorite part of Lumio City?
The roads. because you drive on them. Over here is, you might know our champion Diantha. This is her house.
Whoa, I can't even show that right now. I don't want to dox her.
Oh yeah, I can't wait for it to get paid.
Yeah, I love getting paid too. Like,
Yeah.
don't you love getting money whenever you are in a taxi?
I do. That's why I work.
That's nice. That's awesome.
So I can get paid. I mean, I have a wife and kids. Like, I need to feed them, you know?
What's your wife's name? Is it Rika?
Sandra.
Sandra? She sounds beautiful.
I have my 2 sons, Jimmy and Rupert.
Aww.
I know. It was Sandra.
Those little rascals, like,
Oh, look,
man.
another taxi driver. Hello.
So do you have any partner Pokemon of your own? I've got a Wobbuffet.
I do. I have myself a crocodile.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's my guy right
Every
there.
taxi driver I've met has something from that line. I don't know what's up with it. Y'all just like Crocs?
Yeah, I mean, what's not to love about Crocs?
I love Channelle. She's awesome. Like, I think she's about to hit level 100 soon.
Whoa.
Oh, she just did. Channelle just hit level 100. Let's go.
Congratulations.
Thank you. You are the lucky taxi driver today. Well, tell little Jimmy, Rupert, and tell Sandra I said hi.
I will tell them that.
You should be
I'll tell them.
honored by that right now.
I feel very honored. I feel very lucky to have witnessed Channelle level up to the pinnacle of power, level 100.
That's so cool. Very few Pokemon ever reach that level.
Okay.
It looks like this file's at like a little over 100 hours right now.
Oh, an hour for every level.
Yeah, so the level 100 gauntlet's complete. Thank you so much. I appreciate
Congrats.
that. Thank you.
That'll be $12,000. Poké dollars.
That's funny. I thought I was supposed to get paid by riding in your taxi.
No, like this is my job. You have to pay. This is a service I'm providing you, so you have to pay me.
I thought the service was that you drive me somewhere and then you give me money. I don't think you're very good at your job.
I am brilliant at my job, shining even. You still owe me 13,000 Poké dollars for the service I've provided you today.
Well, I don't owe you squat. You owe me 13,000 Poké dollars for having the privilege of driving me in Channelle.
The privilege of driving you. How am I supposed to feed my children and my wife?
With the information that you met Channelle the Wobbuffet reaching level 100.
That's not food!
Well, I think Sandra would love that. She would eat that up.
Don't talk about my wife like that.
Well,
You're gonna have to hear from my little friend.
Your
my
little
partner,
friend?
Crocodile.
Oh no!
Use earthquake!
Oh no! Ah! Ah! Ah!
And then I was never heard from again. But man, look at all the items that Princess got while I was observing her. She really loaded up on Pokeballs and stuff in just like 40 hours of gameplay. That's awesome. Thanks so much for watching this Gauntlet, and I'll see you next time. Or maybe Matt will. Not me, mysterious guy who speaks in this accent for the entire video who you want to shut up.